Nerve blocks, yes, excellent. You go to a dentist, you want your mouth to be numbed. You don't want them to draw and do things in your mouth with you feeling painful. So we can do nerve blocks in these areas as well. And therefore you need to understand, if I do a nerve block at the opening of the fold of the nose, what is it that I'm going to be blocking? When can I use it? I don't block it in front, but I do a maxillary block where the vein and artery and nerve will enter into the fold of the nose. What do I block there? Because with horses, anesthesia is always risky. So if you can get away with standing sedation and maybe a nerve block or two, it's far better. Everyone. Another thing about horses that's quite unique and you understand is they have jaws of different widths. So the mandible is narrower than the maxilla. And this has to be like us primates. If the one jaw is narrower than the other jaw, there's going to be malignancy. Not going to be able to do it well. Here, it is important that they have it, and angulation between the two sets of teeth about 15 degrees. Come back to that when I talk about lateral excursion. But this is important, and you see why just now. Something else, the major palatine artery in a horse is quite big. That's it. When you start working with sharp instruments in the oral cavity, just make sure that this horse is well sedated, well restrained. If you sever that artery and it's been published, the horse will bleed to death. It's not just a small bleed and it'll eventually stop. You will have to get your hand in there, block it, surgery. Be aware of it, know where it runs, and always steer clear of it. As I go through the mouth now, this is exactly the same for a dog, for a cat, for a horse, for a lion, for an elephant, whatever. All the same structures in the oral cavity. Some are just a little bit more specialized in certain animals, depending on what they eat. So first of all, you have the attached gingiva, so it's a specialized type of mucosa that attaches to the tooth itself, but it also attaches to the underlying bone. Contains no elastic fibers. When you chew hard biltong, it doesn't tear your gingiva away. It's there to be robust. So it's also keratinized and it attaches directly to the tooth and the underlying bone. And then you can see a little area there. That is where the gingiva goes over into your oral mucosa, which is very different. It is very elastic. It's not keratinized. So that's why your cheeks can expand. It's because of all this elastic. That's in there. Again, this is just a recap of what was done with you in anatomy, but know the innervation of the tongue. It's basically a sensory and a motor innervation, and which parts of the tongue are covered by which of these nerves. Three pairs of salivary glands, of which the parotid is the biggest one, the horse, and it's the biggest in the organ. Remember when I said horses run through fences, the parotid duct going around the facial crest here, can be 7, and there's so many neuroepithelial cells in the carotid gland that contracts to push the saliva into the oral cavity. But if that carotid duct is 7, it will continue to contract and the saliva will just spill over the face the whole time, which would lead to some scalding of the face. It's got a pH of 7.5, I think about. So we need to repair that duct, or we need to kill the gland. To remove that salivary gland is not really something. There's just too many structures, too many neural tissue coming through there, the facial nerve, etc., that you can cause a lot of that. But we're not going to go and try and dissect it up. In humans, what they do, and humans, they do remove it. They have a physiologist as part of the surgery team. And they will stimulate the nerve the whole time. So, okay, so there is running. So that the surgeon can dissect and say, okay, this there, I got this, okay. Possible. I'm not going to do that also. So we either repair the duct, or in the past what we used to do was we would inject formalin into the duct. Basically formalize that gland, which is horrible. Horses are really they have enough salivary glands. I've never heard of a horse that developed xerostomia or dry mouth after surgery of any kind. So there's enough tissue all around the face to supply saliva. Okay. So I mentioned lateral excursion and I mentioned the anti-symptomatic doors, meaning doors of different types. But in figure A here, explain to you. This is the mandible. As you can see, the rostral mandible. Everything that is orange, the maxillary teeth. Everything is red, where there's overlap with the mandible. Everything that is yellow is mandibular teeth. So you can see the mandible is a little bit narrow, the pillar is a little bit wider, and slight overlap between them. So this is in the resting position, but the horse is now closed. So if they were up and down like this, there's very little overlap between them. Okay. So a horse is meant to fight. So you can see in B, if you were to move the mandible from this resting position about 1 central incisor width, you have nearly complete contact this side, all the reddies, and you have lost contact from that side, and the orange and the yellow now sits away from each other. So that's why these teeth are like this. So if I do lateral excursion, if I move the lower jaw this way, what happens? It makes full contact, and then it rides on. So the mouth will stay closed for that 1 central incisor, and if I push it further, it's going to start opening because of that 50. That is important for the grass that this animal chews, so that it can grind it and break it up into smaller pieces. They don't have chewing teeth like carnivores have. Okay, so they have grinding teeth like we have. They grind from side to